no stay.
I think you guys were going up in the elevator when it was going down.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, we'll call the meeting to order.
You should be able to search there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last one. These are in my stack.
There it is. I got there. No rush.
They're right here.
Representative Bucco, you will lead us off on the pledge? Representative Bucco.
I
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Representative Deshaies.
I'd like us to do a moment of silence for the people in Ukraine facing Russian hostilities.
Thank you.
This meeting is being recorded.
Mr. Clerk, you call the roll?
Of course. Representative McDonald.
Here.
Representative Deshaies is here. Representative McConkey is not here yet. Representative
He's on the Zoom.
Is he here?
He's on Zoom.
Oh,
Oh,
outstanding.
Representative McConkey.
His name's there.
I'm going
He's
to.
also trying to join by audio. That might be the problem.
He's making an attempt. I'm going to make the assumption he's going to be here over Zoom.
Beautiful.
Representative Bucco.
Present.
Representative Umberger is not here. Mr. Chairman, do we know if she's going to make it?
She was a yes on the list.
She indicated she'd be on Zoom today.
Okay,
She's
or
just
on
not
Zoom.
here yet.
Representative Cordelli.
Yes.
Representative Crawford will not be here today. Representative Nelson. He's a no. Representative Knurk.
It's on the Zoom.
Yes,
He's up in the icon.
I'm here
Robot.
on Zoom.
I hear you loud and clear. And Representative McConkey, I recognize that you're here too.
Yes.
Representative Marsh.
Here.
Representative Burrows.
Here.
Representative Woodcock.
Here.
Representative McAleer.
Here.
Representative Smith.
Here.
Chairman Avalani.
Present.
We have 12 present.
Thank you. Any additions to be added to the agenda? Seeing none. Approve our February 12th minutes. Representative McDonald.
Motion to approve, and I'd just like to make a note that I still have an open motion from the last meeting.
I'll second this motion for the minutes.
Thank you. Representative Marsh. Seeing no discussion, omissions, or anything, clerk call the roll on the approval of the minutes.
Yep, Representative McDonald.
Yes.
Representative Deshaies votes yes. Representative McConkey.
Aye.
Representative Bucco.
Yes.
Representative not here. Apologies. Representative Cordelli.
Yes.
Representative Knurk.
Yes.
Representative Marsh.
Yes.
Representative Burrows.
Yes.
Representative Woodcock.
Yes.
Representative McAleer.
Yes.
Representative Smith.
Yes.
Chairman Avalani.
Yes.
Motion passes 12-0.
We'll have a quick report on the MVC Subcommittee. Representative McConkey.
We have met. We have another meeting, I believe, coming up next week, and we hope to have the matter before the delegation at our next meeting.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is our meeting, correct, Representative McConkey?
That'd be correct.
Thank you. All right. Jail and House of Corrections. We'll move right on to that. And we have updated numbers from the superintendent. Music to my ears, buddy.
We requested last meeting that I adjust the 009 salary lines and the 005 overtime lines. Those were the two adjustments that were requested. The 005 overtime line, we adjusted it from 33,000 to 40,000. And the salary line 009, we took 20,000 off of that line. So we went from 1,435,268 to 1,415,268.
Thank you. Do we have a new bottom line number?
Yes. The new bottom line number is $3,934,088. Excuse me. With both adjusted changes, positive and negative, it makes it a $13,000 less than what I originally proposed.
3934088. 3934088.
3934088, correct.
Thank you. Do we have a motion?
I'm looking for a motion.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve $3,934,088 for the jail.
Thank you, Representative Smith. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Representative Cordelli. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Yep. Representative McDonald?
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes. Representative McConkey?
Aye.
Representative Bucco?
Yes.
Representative Cordelli?
Yes.
Representative Knurk?
Yes.
Representative Marsh?
Yes.
Representative Burrows?
Yes.
Representative Woodcock?
Yes.
Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Representative Smith?
Yes.
Chairman Avalon?
Yes.
Motion passes
Mr.
12 to
Clerk,
nothing.
Representative Umberger has just joined the meeting. I don't know if she heard the motion. She's right here in the bottom.
Representative Umberger, were you present for this discussion, or you want to sit out till the next one?
No, I will have to abstain as I wasn't on.
Thank you.
Just remind her she's not muted.
Yep, and you're not muted, Representative Umberger. And we have revenue for the jail as well.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, Rena.
You're unmuted.
Right, you want me to mute?
Please. Didn't we make some adjustments to this at our last meeting?
I have a difference. I have a 200,000.
Yeah, there was a discrepancy in what was originally sent and what I brought over from.
Mr. Chairman, you made a motion at your last meeting to increase the proposed 2022 jail revenue to $200,000.
Yes, because the superintendent brought over different numbers than what we had.
Yes.
Is the superintendent comfortable with that number?
Yes, sir.
Motion to approve the $200,000 number for jail revenue.
So moved.
Thank you, Representative Cordelli. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Representative Smith. Any discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Yep, Representative McDonald,
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes, Representative McConkey,
Aye.
Representative Bucco,
Yes.
Representative Bumberger,
yes,
Representative Cordelli,
Yes.
Representative Knirk,
yes,
Representative Marsh,
As I voted when we had this motion on the minutes that we just approved, I will again vote no.
Representative Burrows, Representative Burrows,
I'm so sorry, I was muted. Yes,
Representative Woodcock,
No.
Representative McAleer,
Yes.
Representative Smith,
Yes.
and Chairman Avaloni.
Yes.
The motion passes 11-2.
Thank you. Any further business, Superintendent?
I have nothing further.
Thank you. If we have any more adjustments to your budget, we will let you know.
I will be available.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And thank you for bringing forward a nice budget.
Absolutely, sir.
Department of Public Works, expense and revenue is next.
Like you said, Revenue?
Both, expenses and revenue, yeah. Yep, no worries. Yep. At our last meeting, we discussed some changes to your budget. Have you made those adjustments?
We're just gonna go with the commissioners' numbers, Mr. Chairman. Talking to the commissioners, we'll worry about the 2023 stuff next year. Commissioner's advice was just to go with their numbers for the salary. I think that was the only discussion or change that I had proposed last time.
Yeah. So you have a full year's position in there in the 162, or is that just a part year for part-time? Because we were discussing there's some overlap between 22 and 23.
Right, we're not, it's just the part-time, so and that number includes 2 full-time people, 1 part-time person, and then the 2 summertime helps that we've had the last couple of years that are just a couple weeks long in the summer. It doesn't include that wintertime position that I talked about.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Representative Woodcock, please.
Thank you.
Yep.
So on the last time you talked about the split position because of the months in the budget, is your assumption that position is still going to be there, or is the commissioner deleting that position?
The assumption right now is for basically December is all we were talking about. That hopefully the employee will help us out to get us through the end of the year with that, and then we'd be looking at doing someone starting in January for the 2023 budget.
Okay.
That's what the hope is right now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
You're welcome. That's good clarification, Representative Woodcock, thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Representative Shays, yes, go ahead.
Thank you for taking my question. So just so I can understand correctly, sorry, I was trying to catch up on my notes. The commissioners want us to approve the commissioners proposed budget for the DPW, correct? With a bottom line of 286,582.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify.
Given our current state of gas and diesel prices, are you comfortable with leaving those where they are? Yes.
Reasonable question, sir, and hard to answer at the same time.
Right.
I increased them both by 1,000. I hope that's enough. Honestly, I don't know. I guess, we're prices going up even more as we speak, I suppose. So, maybe an extra $500 would be helpful to that. And if we use it, we use it. But, I just don't know. I don't see any more consumption than we normally do. Obviously, but.
Yeah, the consumption is still based on price. I mean, if
Right.
we're paying $2 a gallon for diesel, or $4 a gallon for diesel, it's the same consumption as double the money. So,
Right, exactly.
I am more than, I think the delegation is more than willing to make those adjustments for you.
Okay.
Representative McDonald.
Representative McDonald.
Do you have the bottom line, what your budget ended at for this year?
I don't, I only have, I got a rough estimate, and I don't know if which I gave you guys last time, and you see I had. I had 259,022. But I know there was still a few more things coming out of that. That's not today's number. That's just the closest I can give you besides the finance department.
It looks like 254022 at the, as our last meeting.
Could you direct your question to the finance lady?
Sure.
I had something to add. She provided year-end reports that are in the process of being printed right now for you downstairs, just to have the
Perfect.
year-end
Okay.
figures.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have a copy of the last week's budget actual
No.
totals?
He doesn't have,
No, sorry.
he doesn't have.
Diesel fuel was $724 for the year last year. You have it. I hope you have a different number.
I know we've spent more than that, so.
And gasoline was almost 3,000.
I had that we used on diesel, 2,275. And I think there was, and I know there's more outstanding bills on that. That's not accounted in that number.
Okay.
And gas,
I have that the other way around.
That's the balance.
Right.
Mr. Chairman, I would point out, if I might,
Representative Marsh.
that when we got the September budget numbers, diesel fuel had spent a total of $1,483.50 as of September 30th, 2020, and now we have the year-end numbers that say they spent $724.50 at year-end. I would suggest that those numbers are inconsistent and something is wrong.
I would tend to agree on that. So we have new end-of-year numbers coming.
They reflect the 2,275 remaining balance as well. So, I don't know, there might be an error in that line. I don't know.
Okay. Well, not to waste time on it, are you happy with $500 more on each line?
yes, sir. I would be confident that that should be.
Because it's obviously the price is not coming down anytime soon.
Hello, Mr. Chair.
Representative Woodcock.
Thank you. Well, last time you talked, you didn't talk collectively, where we talked about you checking out with the sheriff and the potential for use, and you were talking about the cost of going to Tamworth to get the service, the fuel. Did the change of prices make it more valuable to do that now or not? Or same issue?
I think, Mr. Chairman, I think it'd still be the same issue. I think that what we do is we would try to plan even more so when we go up to, say, Napa, or we go up to Conway for our, you know, to drop off our wastewater samples. We would just plan to make sure that we're topping off of there.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
You're welcome.
Are you looking for a motion, Mr.
Yep.
Chair? I'll make a motion to increase line 4193.062 and line 4193.065, so the gasoline and diesel fuel lines, by $500 each.
You have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Representative Woodcock. Any further discussion? I think we've had enough. Clerk, call the roll for the adjustment.
Representative McDonald?
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes. Representative McConkey?
Aye.
Representative Bucco?
Yes.
Representative Umberger?
Yes,
Representative Cordelli?
Yes.
Representative Knurk?
yes,
Representative Marsh?
Yes.
Representative Burrows?
Yes.
Representative Woodcock?
Yes.
Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Representative Smith?
Yes.
Chairman Avalon?
Yes.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. The new number is 287582. Is that correct?
Yes.
Motion to accept.
So moved.
Thank you, Representative Woodcock. Do we have a second?
Second. One got it.
Thank you, Representative Cordelli.
Welcome.
Any further discussion?
Who made the initial motion?
Representative Woodcock. Clerk, call the roll.
Yep, Representative McDonald?
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes. Representative McConkey?
Aye.
Representative Bucco?
Yes.
Representative Umberger?
yes,
Representative Cordelli?
Yes.
Representative Knurk?
yes,
Representative Marsh?
Yes.
Representative Burrows?
Yes.
Representative Woodcock?
Yes.
Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Representative Smith?
Yes.
Chairman Avalon?
Yes. Thank you. We also have DPW income set at $30,000. Did you want to make any adjustments to that?
No, sir, I'm happy with that.
Do you have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Thank you, Representative Woodcock. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Representative Smith. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Representative McDonald?
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes. Representative McConkey?
Aye.
Representative Bucco?
Yes.
Representative Umberger?
yes, yes,
Representative Smith?
Yes.
I don't know why I said Representative Smith. You're way later.
I know
too.
that.
My apologies. Representative Cordelli?
Yes. I wasn't ready for that one.
I know. I surprised you. Sometimes I do that. Representative Knurk?
yes,
Representative Marsh?
Yes.
Representative Burrows?
Yes.
Representative Woodcock?
Yes.
Representative McAleer?
Yes.
And Chairman Avalon?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Director.
Thank you.
Information technology. Oh, we had capital for you too, didn't we?
Yes.
You did vote on it last time, I don't know if you're going to re-vote.
Yeah, we just need to pass that final number, which is
7,350.
moved by Representative Cordelli. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Can you hang on just a second? What number are we approving?
7350 for DPW capital expenditures, Department 9400.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. And just a quick overview of what that is, Director?
The lawnmower replacement.
Thank you. And that's also going to go out to bid, and it's up to $7350.
Yes, sir.
Any further discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Yep, Representative McDonald.
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes. Representative McConkey.
Aye.
Representative Bucco.
Yes.
Representative Umberger.
Yes,
Representative Cordelli.
Yes.
Representative Knurr.
Yes.
Representative Marsh.
Yes.
Representative Burrows.
yes,
Representative Woodcock.
Yes.
Representative McAleer.
Yes.
Representative Smith.
Yes.
Chairman Avalani.
Yes.
Motion passes 13-2.
Thank you. Just like Superintendent, if we have any additions or subtractions, we'll let you know.
Thank you.
Yes.
Just also, since we met last time, the water study came in, so I don't know if you've had a chance. There's a hard copy downstairs, one or two, and I believe Melissa was going to have it electronically. So it'd be interesting reading. I know there's a lot of the questions that you've asked in the past. There's answers in there. Just want to let you know that's out.
Wonderful. Thank you, and can we make sure everybody gets that? Thank you. Information technology is,
Mr. Rich is not here today.
he was going to make some adjustments to his budget for us. Okay. We'll move that to our next discussion, unless he joins us later on. Convention. I don't see us having more meetings than we had last year. We've actually had less budget meetings this year than we've had last year. So I'd like to thank everybody for that. We also have one less subcommittee, which is also going to be a little bit of a savings. And people from Zoom not getting mileage. So, Representative Cordelli.
Thank you. We had $20,000 performance audit contingency in the budget last year that, for various reasons, was not spent. We had discussion about whether it should be encumbered, and I think the decision was that it would not be, and that we would just add it to the budget for 2022. So I would like to move $20,000 be added to the budget for performance audit contingency.
Thank you, Representative Cordelli. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Representative Umberger. I know last year would have been a difficult year to have outsiders in the building at certain times.
Right.
I think that this year will be a little different, and I think that we will have a different scope of work for them than just the finance office.
Correct.
All right. Any discussion?
So this money will be used for other departments,
Nope. It'll be used for a performance audit
for the entire county?
At our discretion, at our direction, excuse me.
Okay.
So, like in 2014 or 15, we had a
14 and 18 was both the
Yep.
business office.
Okay.
Yep, and they made some
And
recommendations that were implemented and things like that.
How will that work with the new CFO's position? Because I think there was some type of intermingling on that in the agreement.
I don't think there will be anything in the finance office at this time.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. They're still moving forward with what they need. Any further discussion? I think everybody is well aware of what we have done in the past with the performance audits, and they serve to help give the commissioners and the department heads a clear direction in what they need and what we need to do. Representative Cordelli.
Would the intention be to have a performance audit subcommittee as we did in the past.
Correct, if this motion is passed, we
Yep.
will form that. Seeing no further discussion, clerk call the roll.
Yep, Representative McDonald.
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes. Representative McConkey.
Aye.
Representative Bucco.
Yes.
Representative Umberger.
yes,
Representative Cordelli.
Yes.
Representative Knurk. Representative Knurk.
It's muted in my.
He was gonna be in and out, I think he was moving.
Oh, yes, yes. Sorry, somehow I was muted. Yep.
Feeding the baby.
Representative Marsh.
Yes.
Feeding the baby.
Representative Burrows.
yes,
Representative Woodcock.
Yes.
Representative McAleer.
Yes.
Representative Smith.
Yes.
Chairman Avalani.
Yes,
Motion passes 13 to
thank you.
nothing.
The new number is 29451. Representative Cordelli.
Just question,
I-
Chair, 29451 or 29450?
29451.
You adding the dollar as well?
And that was in there already, I think.
I think the previous motion was to replace the $1 with $20,000.
That's-
So that would make it 29450.
That was my understanding.
Fine.
Okay. Wonderful. I forgot to take the dollar out. 29450. Representative Cordelli. Motion to approve.
I move what you just said.
Thank you, and thank you, gentlemen, for the clarification. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Representative Smith. Any further discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Yep. Representative McDonald.
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes. Representative McConkey.
Aye.
Representative Bucco.
Yes.
Representative Umberger.
yes,
Representative Cordelli.
Yes.
Representative Knurk.
Yes.
Representative Marsh.
Yes.
Representative Burrows.
yes,
Representative Woodcock.
Yes.
Representative McAleer.
Yes.
Representative Smith.
Yes.
Chairman Avalani.
Yes,
Motion passes 13 to nothing.
thank you. We have some capital expenditures to discuss.
excuse me, before we go on,
Sure. Representative Umberger.
yes, I would like to, make a motion to establish a performance audit subcommittee.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second?
Thank you. Would you like to speak to your motion, Representative Umberger?
Sure. I think it's important that we have a group get together to determine which function or functions that we want the performance audit to concentrate on. And obviously, we would bring that back to the delegation for approval. It's basically how it has been done in the past, and I think it's been very successful. So, thank you.
Thank you, Representative Umberger, and I always look forward to hearing your wisdom of what we've done in the past to make sure that we're continuing that tradition. Representative Cordelli.
Nothing further?
Thank you. Any further discussion? Clerk call the roll to form that subcommittee.
Yep. Representative McDonald.
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes. Representative McConkey.
Aye.
Representative Bucco.
Yes.
Representative Umberger.
Yes,
Representative Cordelli.
Yes.
Representative Knurk.
Yes.
Representative Marsh.
Yes.
Representative Burrows.
yes,
Representative Woodcock.
Yes.
Representative McAleer.
Yes.
Representative Smith.
Yes.
Chairman Avalani.
Yes. I look forward to everyone volunteering for that subcommittee. If everybody wants to be part of that, send me over an email and we'll put together a subcommittee. Is that okay, Representative Knurk?
I'm sorry, what was that last comment? You wanted people to volunteer, but
Correct.
what were you asking me then?
If you're agreeable to that.
For people, well, I I don't want to serve on it, but I'm agreeable with getting people to volunteer for it.
I look forward to a list of names coming out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Representative Kennard.
Thank you.
All right. We have a few capital expenditures left. That we haven't, we'll look at that one, we've done that one. IT doesn't have one, Annex only has 5,000, or is that gonna change, Bob?
Annex is gonna stay same,
Okay,
unless we need to figure out what to do with boilers, because it involves both the nursing home and the annex.
okay. There was some discussion around your, and where did you wanna put it in? Let's put it that way. Where do you wanna add it, where would you like it added to?
The $90,000, I would like to, just to keep it simple and keep it in the nursing home, because that is actually what the purchase would be for.
Okay, we will.
We would be taking the old boilers and bringing them to the annex, so it's really only labor and some miscellaneous materials that would be involved over there. So I'm comfortable with leaving it entirely in the nursing home if you are.
Is that the MVC capital expenditures, or you have it in the nursing home somewhere?
It's in capital. 94.
MVC only has one for 68, for 47.9 right now.
47.9. That additional $90,000, I think it'd be best placed in 9400,099 MVC capital, unless the delegation believes otherwise.
Okay, I think we've had enough discussion in our last meeting. Do we have a motion to add $90,000 to 9400.099 capital expenditures to MVC?
For the purpose of boiler replacement,
That is correct, Representative.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Representative McAleer. Do we have any further discussion?
Yes, I do.
Representative Umberger.
Thank you very much. I did raise my hand when,
I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
it's okay. The 90,000 is for 3 boilers, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And, as I understood what you said, the 3 boilers would replace the boilers in the nursing home?
Yes.
All 3 would be new boilers for the nursing home?
Yes.
Okay. And one of the boilers that's currently in the nursing home would go over to the annex?
No. 2 boilers that are currently in the nursing home would go to the annex. The third one would be retired.
Okay, thank you. I guess that from my perspective, I'm not sure I can support the 3 boilers for the nursing home. Thank you.
Yep. Representative Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Has there been a third-party opinion on the replacement of these boilers? The HVAC folks that I worked with, we all came to this conclusion together. And it's pretty simple, really. When the manufacturer tells us that the part has been discontinued, no longer available, you have to buy new boilers. That kind of sealed the deal. Fortunately, I tried to do everything I could to extend the life of it, but we hit that wall. Thank you.
Representative Burrows?
Yes, I'm just out of curiosity, I wanted to ask Representative Umberger why she's concerned about the 3 boilers.
If the representative cares to respond, she doesn't have to.
Representative Burrows, my concern is that we have the pellet boiler that will service the nursing home. And I believe at the last meeting it was said, well, we always need a backup. Well, I don't have a backup for my home furnace, and I doubt that anyone here does either. And so it's not like it absolutely has to be, we absolutely have to replace it. We have another option. And I know that last time the comment was that when propane and pellets are the same cost, then it makes sense to burn the pellets. And I believe that we were quoted last time that they were both roughly at $1.46. And so I believe that we have the necessary heat for the nursing home. So that's why I'm opposed. Thank you.
Thank you. Follow-up?
Representative Burrows.
Yeah, it's hard for me to see who's in the room on Zoom, but I'm wondering if anyone's there can answer the question, what would the impact be without having a backup, given that there's an elderly population there? I was curious to know what that impact would be.
Bob,
Mr. Chair.
if you care? Yeah.
Thank you for the questions. As I said before, the pellet boilers are redundant boilers. Size-wise, they don't meet 100% of the demand of the nursing home. They're sized at approximately 75% of the demand of the nursing home. Their intent is when they are used to be run at or near 100% to gain the most efficiency, but they are not intended ever to be the primary source of heat for the nursing home. They're only meant to be a supplementary heat for the nursing home and to offset propane costs. Representative Umberger had another question. What was the other question that you had? There were a couple of parts, I'm sorry.
No, I didn't have another question. I just said that the pellets and the propane were about even in cost at this point.
Yes, correct. We are approaching the point of equal cost, BTU for BTU, but that still doesn't mean that the propane boilers, the pellet boilers should ever be the primary source of heat. As far as redundancy, yes, all of us sitting in this room, I'm sure we don't have redundancy unless we have wood stoves or something, but this is a nursing home. It has an elderly population that if our primary source of heat goes down, we have to have a redundant source of heat. We cannot rely on one source of heat for a nursing home. Simple as that.
All set, Representative Burrows?
Yes.
Yes?
Thanks.
Thank you. Representative McAvoy.
Just a quick comment. Last year, when we lost electricity and had no heat, I bought a generator. Christmas Day, when my furnace blew up this year, I luckily had bought a wood stove. That is my backup heat. It heats the whole house, so I would say that nothing wrong with redundancy.
Thank you. Representative Cordell.
Thank you. I believe as part of the Siemens project, we replaced boilers in this building and corrections.
Correct.
With Wiesmann propane-fired condensing boilers.
Correct.
Again, go back, I think maybe we touched on it last time too, is, why wasn't as part of that project the nursing home boilers addressed is part one, and part two is if we approve this $90,000 for the two boilers, will this be going out to bid for purchase and installation and movement of the boilers?
Well, the first part of your question is the the nursing home boilers weren't ever considered to be replaced because they're fairly new boilers, relatively speaking. They're less than 11 years old. Parts are still available for those. But as I've learned with the annex boilers, and one of the annex boilers that was moved to the nursing home, that is at 15 years, parts clearly became unavailable. So I'm concerned about, in the next 5 years, the nursing home boilers having the same problem. So given that we have this opportunity right now, we have to replace 3 boilers one way or the other. And I think the smartest thing to do, the best thing to do for the county, is to put the 3 new boilers at the nursing home, put the 2 older boilers, which are the 10-year-old boilers, at the annex. And in 5-6 years, we may have to address the problem at the annex at some point. But this at least gets the nursing home on good footing with brand-new boilers, period. As far as being put out to bid, that's going to be put up, that's going to be a discussion that myself and the commissioners are going to have, because we have a company, E&E Systems of New Hampshire, that currently maintains our boilers. They're under contract to maintain our boilers. And to bring in another company to come in and upset that contract, that balance, I'm not sure that that's in the best interest of the county. So I don't want to answer yes or no, but it's something that we will explore and we will discuss. And there is a possibility that I may ask for the sole source on that with E&E Systems.
Representative Cordali?
Yeah, I was just going to mention state law in terms of equipment over $5,000 going out to bid.
Yeah, and I'm fully aware and I respect that. But if I do ask, I will present circumstances and reasoning for such, and let the powers that be decide.
If I could follow up one more time.
Representative
I'm still upset with the work that I believe is going to go forward in the annex, and that we had free service of an architect to come in and do preliminary plans. And when I asked if that would go out to bid, and we weren't just going to give this guy the bid, the contract, because he was doing quote-unquote free work for us, then to find out that, well, we are going to do a sole source contact with the guy who did the free work. I'm just concerned about that. We have a history, it seems, of bringing someone in to do free work or other work or septic systems and everything else, and we just keep going back to the same source without any new RFPs or looking for other options. It's just getting a little old for me.
Thank you, Representative Cordali. Representative Woodcock?
Well, thank you, Chair. I think Bob answered the question. If I recall the initial dialogue in early February, it was because the annex was the issue. The boilers at the annex was the issue. So it wasn't like he went up to just replace the boilers at the nursing home because they're in good stead, but rather to make that transition with a better boiler. That was the intent back then.
Yeah, you know,
it makes sense. I just want to be sure.
Frankly, nothing is etched in stone at the annex.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go installing 2 brand new boilers at the annex.
I agree. I just want to be sure that's the same conversation I heard before.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, Representative McConkey and Representative Baumgartner both have their hands up.
Okay. Representative McConkey? Are you done, Representative Woodcock?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I was not present at the other meeting. Are ARPA funds being used for the purchase of these boilers?
It's my opinion and the commissioner's opinion that the ARPA funds do not qualify, or this work does not qualify for ARPA funds.
If I could follow up, Mr. Chairman, is it not appropriate use of ARPA funds because we're switching from one building to the other where these are going to be used, as opposed to if these were bought wholly nursing home?
I don't understand the question.
You want me to rephrase?
No,
Yes.
I can probably rephrase that for you, Representative. If this job was just being done at the nursing home and not over at the annex with ARPA funds.
I think it's infrastructure rather than infection control, and can't be tied to infection control.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Did that clear up? Did I answer your question, Representative McConkey?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe it does.
Thank you. Representative Baumgartner?
Yes, I heard someone say that they didn't want new boilers in the annex. And I guess that my question is, there has been some conversation about doing some work at the annex to allow more people to work over there. So if the boilers are really needed for the annex, I can support boilers for the annex. And I don't know exactly how many we're talking about. It sounded like one. I can support a new boiler for the annex, but I cannot support 3 new boilers for the nursing home. Thank you.
Representative Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Bob, is there a rough estimate on the cost to transplant those boilers from the new nursing home to the annex?
I budgeted $90,000, and that was my rough guess before I received a quote from the from E&E, and E&E gave me a quote of $79,300, so it was $10,000 off, and I'd like to keep that $10,000 as a buffer.
No, I mean, rather than to Rep. Umberger's point, if we just put a boiler in the annex.
No, it's all included in one.
So they didn't break it down?
No.
Okay.
No, it's all in one.
Okay.
Follow up?
No, that's fine.
Any other hands? No, I can't see.
No, unless, no. No more hands.
We have a motion and a second. We've had discussion. Clerk, call the roll.
Yep, Representative McDonald.
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes. Representative McConkey.
Nay.
Representative Bucco.
Yes.
Representative Umberger.
No.
Representative Cordelli.
No.
Representative Nelson.
I have to abstain because I wasn't here during the discussion.
Representative Knark. Representative Knark. We'll move on to Representative Marsh.
Yes.
Representative Burrows.
Yes.
Representative Woodcock.
Yes.
Representative McAleer.
Yes.
Representative Smith.
No.
Chairman Avalani.
Yes.
Should I check on Representative Knark one more time?
Please.
Representative Knark, are you there? How do you vote?
He may have lost his
We've lost.
connection. He's rejoining right now. There we go.
Yes,
Okay.
Representative Knark.
Yes.
How do you vote? Yes.
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 Yes. All right. Great.
You done feeding the baby, Jerry, or?
One,
two
two,
votes.
three, four,
No, but I was
six, seven,
I was transferring from the phone to the computer, and that was the problem.
Motion passes 9-4.
Do you have a bottom line number for that department? 137900. You also have the bottom line number, 137900.
Oh yeah. No, I have that down.
Okay. Motion to approve 137900 for 9400.099 MVC capital improvement.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Do we have a second? Thank you, Representative Bucco. Thank you. We have a second from Representative Bucco. Any further discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Yep. Representative McDonald.
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes. Representative McConkey?
Aye.
Representative Bucco?
Yes.
Representative Umberger?
Yes.
Representative Cordelli?
No.
Representative Nelson?
Abstain, was not here for the discussion.
Representative Knurr?
Yes.
Representative Marsh?
Yes.
Representative Burrows?
Yes.
Representative Woodcock?
Yes.
Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Representative Smith?
No.
Chairman Avalani?
Yes.
11 to 2 to 1.
Could you repeat that number one more time? The,
137900.
Oh, 1379. I think it meant the roll call.
That's done. Annex is staying at 5,000, Bob?
Yes, sir.
Motion to approve 5,000 for the annex. Thank you, Representative Woodcock. Do we have a second? Thank you, Representative McDonald. Clerk, call the roll.
Yep, Representative McDonald.
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes. Representative McConkey.
Aye.
Representative Bucco.
Yes.
Representative Umberger. Representative Umberger.
I can find my unmute, yes.
Representative Cordelli.
yes.
Representative Nelson.
Yes.
Representative Knurr.
Yes.
Representative Marsh.
Yes.
Representative Burrows.
Yes.
Representative Woodcock.
Yes.
Representative McAleer.
Yes.
Representative Smith.
Yes.
And Chairman Avalani.
Yes.
Motion passes 14 to nothing.
Thank you.
Thank you, representatives.
Thank you, Bob. Keep us in the loop.
Absolutely. Excuse me. I heard from John Rich. I texted him to say you were looking for him. He won't be here today.
Okay, we will reschedule him. Thank you. Thank you, Bob. Okay, we have a little bit of revenue to go over. Now, do we have what we need for what's left?
1 second.
I think we can do water, miscellaneous, insurance refunds, unincorporated.
What are we moving on to now, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, let's see where we are first.
Oh,
Let's see where we are. On interest, another. There's nothing else in that one.
That's what we have revenue budgets we haven't approved yet.
I think we did 3 years. JMC, October.
Grants.
We did some of those. No? I'm sorry, Ms. Siemens?
Did you do, I'd have to look back if you already approved the sheriff's revenue.
Yep, we did his revenue, we did the registry revenue. We did
Must have been-
jail, we did DPW, we did 9,000, 9,500, we did 200 grants. We're holding on MVC,
Great.
so we have water, miscellaneous insurance refunds, and unincorporated too, from my notes.
And the interest income?
I think we did that, because we removed it down.
for the tan.
Yep.
I think you did that on the expense side, or did you do that on the revenue side?
We did it both,
Okay.
because we talked about the bond. The interest on the bonds and stuff like that, from Juby Fund and stuff like that, I think, it was 2,000. All right, so page 1 on the revenue from 4,000, water miscellaneous insurance refunds and unincorporated, we did not do that at our last meeting. I just don't know what insurance refunds is. Of $176,451.
Significant
Yeah.
increase.
You could ask the CFO, she's on the call.
Where those are, oh, yeah, she is.
I can tell you, it is the refund from NHIT, and we are expected to get it here shortly.
Is that from
That's our insurance carrier for health insurance.
Of course.
Is that for 2021 or for 2022? Or for the,
We're getting it for 2022 as well. We have about an estimate of about a $240,000 check coming to us, and a portion of that will be refunded to the employees.
fantastic, thank you. Representative Cordelli?
I will move water income of 24,000, miscellaneous income of 10,000, and insurance refunds of $176,451.
Thank you. And the unincorporated for 9,000.
Oh, yes,
Please.
thank you.
Thank you.
I'll
Got
second
that
that.
motion. Thank you, Representative Marsh. Any discussion? We heard the answer for the 176. Seeing none, clerk call the roll.
Yep, Representative McDonald.
Yes.
Representative DeShades votes yes. Representative McConkey.
Aye.
Representative Bucco.
Yes.
Representative Umberger.
Yes,
Representative Cordelli.
Yes.
Representative Nelson.
Yes.
Representative Knurk.
Yes.
Representative Marsh.
Yes.
Representative Burrows.
yes,
Representative Woodcock.
Yes.
Representative McAleer.
Yes.
Representative Smith.
Yes.
Chairman Avalani.
Yes.
Motion passes 14 to nothing.
Do we have any other items? And Ms. Seamus, could we get a list of what we've approved, not approved, so we can, at our next meeting, we can wrap all of this on a nice neat bow before March 31st?
Yes.
Is that okay with everyone? Thank you. Register of Deeds, do we have her in attendance?
She is not, she's on vacation.
Do we have her request?
Yes.
I know we have a...
Sent it all to you.
Yep, do we have the
and
original?
If you'd like a printed copy, you can go grab one from downstairs. I didn't bring any printed ones.
I would like one so we have the right numbers and the dates and what we need to do, because I think I need to sign one.
Great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So all we have left is nursing home.
Nursing home and some odds, I'm sure there's a couple odds and ends in here that we missed. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yep. That makes sense.
We have to come back and do IT. Interest, we got, long-term, we got, fees and appropriations, we did, capital reserve is gone, pension is done, capital expenses, we're still working on those.
What was the 50 PW budget revenue bottom line?
30,000.
That's what I thought. I just didn't know if it was different.
Just so everyone knows, we're just, on Zoom, we're just waiting for a copy of the request from the Register of Deeds to expend for home equipment fund for the roller shelvings we took out of her budget. We're just waiting for the copy so I can have the right number.
Representative, pass these down, sorry. Three for you guys.
Representative Kennard.
Yeah, just a quick question. We received from Melissa, we received information, there was a letter from Register Scott that was going to be $12,000. Is it going to be different? Is that why we're waiting for a new number?
Nope, I just want to make sure it's the same number.
Okay, got it. Thank
Yep,
you.
just make sure it's the same one I have in front of me.
Okay.
So the Register of Deeds always comes before the delegation to require approval by a majority vote of the county convention. Seeing as today is our county convention, we'll move to approve $12,000 for her roller shelving. Do we have a motion to approve? Thank you, Representative.
Second.
Thank you, Representative Woodcock and Umberger. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll to approve.
Representative McDonald?
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes. Representative McConkey? Representative Bucco?
Yes.
Representative Umberger?
Yes.
Representative Cordelli?
Yes.
Representative Nelson?
Yes.
Representative Knerk?
Yes.
Representative Marsh?
Yes.
Representative Burrows?
Yes.
Representative Woodcock?
Yes.
Representative McAleer?
Yes.
Representative Smith?
Yes.
Chairman Apoloni?
Yes. You make sure this request is part of the minutes as well, so she's going to need that in case there's any questions. Any further to come before the delegation at this time?
I have a couple of things.
Representative McDonald.
I see that the folks for bachelors are on the screen there. Can I just ask if she plans on attending all our meetings? That will make my motion a little bit easier if that's your understanding that she's going to have to do that, or she's going to do that.
CFO Batchelder, the request was for you to be at our meetings moving forward.
I will do my very best.
Thank you. Representative McDonald.
I'll take on a word and I'll withdraw my motion.
Thank you, Representative McDonald. I like nice clean minutes.
And I just have
Who
one
was the
other
second
thing.
for your?
Oh, me, I'll withdraw my second.
Thank you. And Representative McDonald.
I don't want to do the bottom line on the finance department. I just want to make some corrections I think we should maybe make as a convention. And that would be to move what's in line 007 down to .098.
Hang on one second.
And move 098 up to 007.
Page.
It's on finance, it's the first page, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Say that again, what do you want to move?
Move line item 007 down to 098 and move the amount in 098 up to 007.
Is that a motion?
Hang on one second.
Yeah.
Just make sure that we're...
Chair, we're in finance, John?
It's,
Carroll, man. I'm lost.
okay, finance tab, and,
105?
yes, and I'm talking about moving .007, that amount down to .098, and then 098 amount up to 007.
Oh, I see, okay.
Can I ask for clarification, which budget are you in for the line item 098?
Finance,
Your main finance budget is
yeah,
098,
4105,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
which is not in our current budget that we have.
Right here.
We only go up to 097 in our current budget, so this would be an added service, 098.
I have it in mine.
I have it.
Yes, it's in our new budget. Our old budget only goes up to 097.
Oh, okay, okay, I understand now.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Does the CFO has any objections to that?
She's muted.
I seem to be missing that page from my budget, but I'm assuming you're talking about the CFO line?
Yes, it'd be flip-flopping them 007 down to 098, which would be contracted services.
That's right. Yeah, it's on the 11th, but on the 12th document.
Yep.
No, I have no objection.
The document on the 11th is on it, the document on the 12th and 11th. Give it a amount on that.
I'll second the motion.
That's right here.
Thank you. Did you have a follow-up, Representative McDonald?
Pardon me?
Did you have a follow-up?
I just think it would more accurately reflect the finance budget.
Did you want to check on whether there are other lines attached to that as well?
I don't believe that there are, from what I can see here. Melissa, do you know of anything else that's included in those two lines?
There's travel expenses for the contracted CFO, they're in the travel line.
Travel lines,
That's fine?
yeah. You can ask, I don't.
You want me to take her?
Yeah.
CFO Bouchelder, is there any additional lines that need to be adjusted if that amount is removed, whether it be Social Security, retirement, education conferences, Medicare, not education conferences, but Medicare, retirement to Social Security tied to that number?
No, there's no benefits tied to that number.
Thank you. Your motion is in order. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I was just wondering why, I mean...
You had a question?
Well, a discussion.
Okay.
On travel expense.
Okay.
I understand that...
For Representative McDonald or for the CFO?
For Representative McDonald. So would you be amenable to amending your motion to make it so then the travel expense is also moved down to contracted services, because that's also included in the contracted service?
The travel expenses for also the other employees.
Also for the other employees, but do we know what percentage of the travel expense is? No, we're not allowed. Oh. If it's too complicated, then.
I would, yeah.
Lino?
Representative Umberger.
Yes, did she say there were no benefits?
I did.
Okay, so in reality, we should remove Social Security and retirement.
No, you shouldn't, because there are admin finance staff that do have Social Security, retirement. There's a staff of 5 people in there.
Okay, so this is for staff.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and I would add that the travel really should be separate, because it's not considered a service, it is an expense. And it is a particular audit line that auditors look at to make sure that travel is within the per diem. So my opinion would be it should stay a separate line.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second to move 007 and 098. Any further discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Yep, Representative McDonald,
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes, Representative McConkey,
Aye.
Representative Bucco,
Yes.
Representative Umberger,
Yes.
Representative Cordelli,
Yes.
Representative Nelson,
Yes.
Representative Canard,
Yes.
Representative Marsh,
Yes.
Representative Burrows,
Yes.
Representative Woodcock,
Yes.
Representative McAleer,
Yes.
Representative Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Avalani.
Yes. Your bottom line. Forget the dollar.
Doesn't-
The numbers.
Yeah, it doesn't change the bottom line.
Okay, well, give me the bottom line. So we can vote on the change that you made.
I show $420,794.
I will second the motion.
Thank you. Who was that? Somebody's not muted.
I'm just sighing,
Yep.
just breathing.
420794, it has remained unchanged. We've changed 007, 098. Clerk, call the roll.
Have my Representative McConkey left the meeting?
Yeah, we just left the meeting.
Yes.
Okay, Representative McDonald,
Yes.
Representative Shays votes yes, Representative McConkey. Oh, he just left, my apologies. You get used to it sometimes. Representative Bucco,
Yes.
Representative Umberger,
Yes.
Representative Cordelli,
Yes.
Representative Nelson,
Yes.
Representative Canard,
Yes.
Representative Marsh,
Yes.
Representative Burrows,
Yes.
Representative Woodcock,
Yes.
Representative McAleer,
Yes.
Representative Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Avalani.
Yes.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Anything else to come before the delegation? Any public input?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for taking my comment. You're gonna spend $90,000 on a set of boilers, but no one did an independent evaluation of those boilers, which should happen, especially if it's a $90,000 price tag. So I would certainly encourage you getting an independent evaluation of the needs and conditions of the boilers before they're replaced. And the same person who installs and evaluates them should not be the same person. That's my comment. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Comeau. Any further public input?
Not
Would you like a rebuttal?
Just follow on, if I might.
Oh, you certainly can.
To the public comment?
To the public comment. You may
Yes.
respond to public comment.
I do not think that such a agreement with the current vendor for other boiler maintenance could be considered sole source. I don't think that it would fit any acceptable definition of a sole source contract. And so I would hope that the commissioners would take that into consideration in their discussions.
I think the discussion we had with Bob and the commissioners are more than welcome to view this meeting and know our position on that as well. I think it's clearly stated in the RSAs and our thoughts. Anything else? We will recess to the call of the chair. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Keep Friday open in case, because we're going to have a busy rest of the month at Concord.
Friday at 2?
For right now, yes.